lot of people sell courses. I personally don't want to be associated with that.
There has never been a course made like this. I've spent the last 6 months perfecting this and you are gonna love it.
Jake Tran spent the last few years creating a name for himself, only to slowly ruin it. From the world's #1 business channel for documentaries on money, power, and crime, according to him, to a massive sellout, a Ponzi scheme. But before jumping to conclusions, let's see where it all started. Jake Tran was born on June 13, 1998 in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. By the age of 2, his family immigrated to America in search for a better life. He spent the first half of his childhood in Orange County, Southern California, and the second half in Arizona. Jake grew up pretty poor and frugal, so he had to take matters into his own hands. So by the time he was in middle school, he already started his entrepreneurial journey.
So in middle school, I would get one toy and then get bored of it, flip it on eBay for cash for another toy that I wanted, and then just keep the cycle going.
He wasn't the best student at the time, but that could be because of a language barrier. To top it all off, he was already getting bullied, but it ended up being the best thing.
I got into like 3 fights in middle school. My dad was super worried that I would become some delinquent, so he put me in Taekwondo.
High school was a much different experience for Jake. He spent a lot of time working, his job was Taekwondo, and he was obsessed. Jake even became an instructor early on because of how fast he learned. Since his family didn't have cable, YouTube was his main form of entertainment. He loved watching tech YouTubers like Marcus Brownlee and Linus Tech Tips, and soon became infatuated with the idea of getting free stuff, reviewing it, and making money out of it. That was the dream.
I started my first channel when I was probably 16 or 17 maybe, and I didn't have any life experience. I started a Taekwondo channel because that's all I knew back then. And my goal was to be the Linus Tech Tips of Taekwondo.
He quit after a year or 2 and decided to go the traditional route to college and study computer science. It was there that Jake picked up a book that would change his life. Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco.
My world had been turned upside down. I was thinking to myself, like, what am I doing here?
Jake realized that going to college to get a job to work for somebody else was the slow lane. He wasn't going to get ahead, and by the time he had enough money to retire, he would already be too old to enjoy it. He needed to create a business where he could get to retirement and financial freedom within a few years. He needed to go the fast lane. After a few failed attempts at stock trading, he knew what his multi-million-dollar idea would be. Jake came up with an app to trade stocks more profitably and efficiently with custom alerts. Beautiful stocks. Even though that project failed, it did help him land a remote front-end web developer position at his community college. So he dropped out of college at the age of 19 to pursue that career and went the slow lane. This was also the time when Jake started watching Graham Stephan, and this was the spark he needed to take another shot at YouTube.
Today, I'm going to give you the step-by-step process that I used to get an amazing $40 per hour web development job working from home part-time with no degree, very little experience, and no connections at the age of 19.
Eventually, he left his job since it got boring and Jake decided to go all in on YouTube. And after a year, he hit 10,000 subscribers. But he was just another Graham Stephan clone.
Graham's video style that I was copying was remarkable. Yesterday, when I tried copying that remarkability, it came out just average. Today. And tomorrow, my old videos would just be mediocre, along with every other copycat video on YouTube.
It teaches you how to go into any crowded niche, any crowded industry, and carve out your own little blue ocean to where you're not competing anymore because you created your own little sub-niche where there's no competition.
Growth is super easy because customers have no one else to go to besides you.
The moment Jake started doing this, everything finally clicked. He started posting videos that were actually good, and he even got the attention of Graham Stephan when he DM'd him on Instagram.
And someone I'm incredibly proud of is Jake Tran.
Graham ended up sharing that video on his story because he loved it so much, which gave Jake some momentum. Jake kept posting similar style videos. Why MKBHD is beating the YouTube algorithm. Doug DeMiro should not be successful. How Graham Stephan became the $6 million millennial. By the end of 2019, Jake posted 8 videos and got to 15,000 subscribers. After watching a documentary on war profiteering, everything changed. Jake posted The Viciously Profitable Business of War, and people ate it up. He found his blue ocean. Jake kept posting video after video. War Dogs, How to Make Money Off World War III, 740,000 views. The Profitable Business of Enslaving Third World Countries, 1 million views. How to Get Rich Bribing Politicians, 415,000 views. Turns out, there's a market for these dark videos showing how the world really works. Or, as Jake calls it, money, power, and crime. On May 2020, he finally hit 100,000 subscribers. His hard work finally paid off and people loved him. His comment section was filled with stuff like, "You've basically tapped into the underdeveloped YouTube niche of actually entertaining political and social commentary essays. I think you just filled the gap in the market of making entertaining social and political commentary. You deserve the subs and so much more. My absolute favorite channel on YouTube at this very moment. Please never sacrifice the quality of your videos." Jake replied, "Thanks, man. That's the plan." But was it really?
Do you like unethical ways to make money?
By the end of 2020, he posted 48 videos and amassed over 330,000 subscribers. Jake was unstoppable. By now, he had developed a solid posting schedule. 1 video per week, 4 videos per month. He kept this going until September 2021. Jake posted 6 videos that month, then 8 in October, then 8 in November, then 10 in December. By the end of 2021, he posted 60 videos and was at over 750,000 subscribers. In 2022, he kept pumping out content. February 5th, Jake posted a video on the evil business of NFTs going over how rug pulls work.
You just rinse and repeat. Like,
He mentions how most NFTs are scams and what to watch out before investing. And at the end, Jake recommends the Cunning Wolf Society NFT, but his audience wasn't so convinced. Incredible. You built a fan base of exposing scams and now are convincing the same fan base to join yours. I've never seen a channel grow to nearly 1 million subs so fast and speedrun its own demise by becoming the corporate greed it exposes. Funny how this NFT advisor never mentioned that the real creator of Cunning Wolf Society project is anonymous and barely known on Twitter. People, don't fall for it. Just because Jake has a soft voice and clean face doesn't mean his intentions are always good. Jake's choice of sponsors would continue to go on to fuel the very thing he's trying to expose. March 27th, he finally hit 1 million subscribers. Yay. May 3rd, he posted the lottery is literally a scam. He mentioned how the so-called education contribution from the lottery is all a lie.
it's not like the lottery is contributing extra money to schools. The lottery gives schools money, and the education budget gets cut by the same amounts. No additional money is actually being added to the state school budgets. We're just redistributing who pays for it, which is now the poor people. Play the no-lose lottery by pausing the video and clicking the link below.
He debunks the lottery while deceiving his viewers into another lottery. I hope you will keep a cool head and realize that doing this kind of promotions can kill all the work you've done so far. Jake has lost a ton of trust from his viewers with these sponsorships. With each NFT promotion or shady gambling scheme he promotes, he loses just that much more respect from his audience. It's a shame. Thought he'd be the one that wouldn't sell out like this. And on May 11th, he posted, "YouTubers will never tell you this." He goes on to explain his come-up story and plans for the future. Phase 1, Phase 2, and now...
Phase 3 is that we're gonna be launching our own tech startup, which I'll probably name Tech Window. A tech platform that will be better than Netflix, better than Disney, better than Hulu, all of it. Why? Because those platforms are mostly just mindless content that just wastes your life, with some good documentaries here and there. With ours, you guys are gonna get access to the best documentaries out there. Documentaries that expose how the world works. Documentaries that are insanely addictive to watch. That say things that aren't allowed to be said anywhere else. Documentaries that teach you how to navigate and win in this murky world we call home. Documentaries that truly have the power to change the world.
Right after that, his content changed. He was no longer the one doing voiceovers all the way through. He would do the introduction and sponsored portions and then someone else would finish it. And his audience wasn't too happy. "I like the videos better when you narrate them. Sorry Jake, you can't just script a mini documentary and expect us to love it like old times. We need you in it. No one can take it and it just doesn't feel the same. Don't forget how you got here." I feel like the new guy is preparing us for Jake's disappearance.
It's almost breathtaking, isn't it? Like to see someone denounce a scam and then in the same breath be like, you know, it's not a scam, the same thing.
CoffeeZilla called him out on his scam and soon many others followed. And all Jake had to say was, "What did you expect out of a channel that teaches you how to be evil? LOL. In all seriousness, I put my heart and soul into making free premium videos. Every sponsor on this channel helps fund a channel so we can keep upping the quality and quantity. I love all of you more than you could ever realize. I apologize for nothing."
You can get ahead in the short term by cheating a little, selling out your audience, but once you get that reputation, it sticks.
Jake eventually started narrating his own videos again, and by the end of 2022, he posted 133 videos and amassed over 1.5 million subscribers. But by now, the damage is already done. A lot of the things he says is true, but he's a bit hypocritical when he promotes and sponsors certain stuff. Jake Tran is a master manipulator, making these vids then tries to sell a cure. Jake Tran is an example of irony, promoting scams while being warned of scams. He didn't care about his fans at all. He just sees them as numbers. He went on to start making stupid clickbaity titles. Every one of his fans hated it. He didn't care. Then he stopped voicing his videos. Everyone complained. He didn't care. It's safe to say he didn't care about his fans at all. He just wanted to make as much money as possible, fast.
This is just like Andrew Tate's legendary affiliate program, where we have step-by-step lessons and resources on how you can promote this masterclass by posting TikTok clips of my videos. But instead of just getting $25 per sign up like Tate's program, you're gonna get 4 times that at around $100.
Financial Slavery Masterclass. This course apparently teaches you how to gain more wealth and power for yourself. Based on Jake's past, it's safe to assume that the documentaries will be binge-worthy. It's safe to assume that the information is well-researched and you'll learn how the rich exploit the poor. My criticism is any of the information actionable? I wasn't willing to pay $300 to find out, so here's what some Reddit users had to say. It's good, eye-opening for anyone that doesn't travel abroad much. Many people in the world are extremely undercompensated for their labor and others are even actually enslaved. He tells you that slavery is alive and well, and that Apple is one of the main culprits. I don't know how someone would actually take advantage of these insights other than moving to Congo and becoming a cobalt dealer. My primary criticism is that the course is extremely overpriced for what it is. I'm asking for my money back. It just isn't worth what Jake is charging. Bought it, complete waste of money, nothing practical, just more documentary videos even though it is marketed as practical, useful info. But at least he's willing to give you a refund within 14 days. Or as he calls it, his sweatshop guarantee. One thing's for sure. The main way to make money out of his course is to promote it to other people. Might not be the best in my field, but I guarantee I'ma die real. I think Jake Tran was always real. Like many, he had one goal in mind, and that was to get rich. And finally did it and is living his best life. There's nothing wrong with that, and we can learn a lot from him. His unique approach to content creation, his unique video essays, his blue ocean strategy. That's what separated him. Money doesn't change men, it merely unmasks them. If a man is naturally selfish or arrogant or greedy, the money brings that out. That's all.